a climber who was known for his trekking skills and barely recognized as an author despite being one professionally. He survived the whole night at the Everest summit with his minimal clothes, no gloves, no oxygen cylinder, all by himself while his team believed that he was dead. Have you heard of the tale where a man miraculously survived the night, was assumed to be dead, and on the next day was found alive? Why was the mountain climber's gear displayed in the Australian National Museum? Watch till the end to find out. Lincoln Ross OAM, born and brought up in Canberra, started achieving his dream of rock climbing at the age of 15. He expressed that he was amazed to explore a brand new world which required intense focus, precise judgment, and the willingness to take risks. Studied and graduated in zoology at the Australian National University, he also joined the Mountaineering Club, achieving multiple successful peaks in New Zealand, Andes, and America, and many more. Lincoln Hall wrote several books on mountaineering. White Limbo is a classic mountaineering literature and one of the best known of his many books. He was also chosen to become a member of the first ever Australian Everest team during 1984 because of his amazing mountain climbing performance. He was also referred to as one of the best-known mountaineers of Australia. In 1984, he was among the first 2 Australians to participate in the summit of Everest, who got so close to reach the summit but couldn't make it up. Further, he kept climbing and simultaneously wrote books on mountaineering. Lincoln lived in the Blue Whales located in South Wales, along with his wife Barbara Hall and his 2 sons Dylan and George. In 2006, Lincoln Hall was invited by Sherpa guides to climb Everest. After his first unsuccessful attempt, he couldn't make a decision about it for 22 years. This was a very hard decision for Hall to make, as climbing Everest at the age of 56 was not as easy as it sounded. However, he had decided to make it up to the summit. Starting the summit with his team, within halfway they received the news that some of their team members had either given up or were not alive. This doubted Hall if he would be able to make it up till the summit because of the harsh season. Also, something which drew everyone's attention was the Britisher David Sharp's death, who was about Hall's age. He was found close to an ice cave 300 meters away from the peak, wherein 40 people walked past this dying man. Many people declared that they thought he was resting. Sir Edmund Hillary, being the first person to reach Everest, said there is no chance he or his team walked past David and that nothing comes above humanity to them. All these brought an immense fear in Hall's mind. If he could make it up at the age of 56, when his fellow mates of the same age and experience couldn't. Did Hall make it up to the summit? Was he able to survive? Yes and no. Hall did make it up to the top of the summit. However, he collapsed on his way down, striking by a cerebral edema, which was a brain swelling that caused him extreme fatigue and hallucinations. The Sherpas tried everything they could for hours to treat Hall, ensuring that he was alive. They even poked his eyes with a pen to see if he responded to anything. Sadly, he didn't respond to anything. This made the Sherpas leave Hall by the command of their head, and also to save their own lives, assuming that he is no more. They also took Hall's pack, food, water, and oxygen cylinder with them. The news of his death was announced to his family too. However, 12 hours later, climber Dan Mazur, along with his team, had found Mr. Hall on the way to the summit in the death zone. He was exhausted, frostbitten, but alive. They found him across the edge of Kang Shung's face. Hall turned towards them with his crossed legs and said, "I believe you're surprised to see me here." Yes. Hall was alive. He had survived the night alone at more than 28,000 feet without protective clothing or oxygen. He kept saying, "I can't die because I'm going back to my family. I wasn't going to let it happen. I had to stay alive." His survival in the death zone gave Mr. Hall a fearsome reputation due to the air which is present, which is too thin to support a human being's life. People referred to the incident as rare as it has ever been. The team offered Hall tea, medicines, and oxygen before they were about to begin their 11-hour descent to the North Camp. This is where Mr. Hall had also managed to talk to his wife despite having a severe frostbite, water on the brain, and chest infection. Lincoln Hall lost his battle with malignant mesothelioma on March 20, 2012. Lincoln Hall developed a rare asbestos disease as a child when he and his father built a small house out of cement slabs, which eventually led him to the end of his life. With that, he made history in climbing Everest at the age of 56 and surviving a night 28,000 feet above in the seat zone without oxygen. What would you have done if you came across a person losing their life while you were climbing Everest? Would you also walk past the people dying right in front of you? Would you also place humanity above achieving a climbing like Dan Mazur? Let us know your thoughts on this in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel and never miss an update from us.